you know, it's very difficult when you're reading some versions of history, because you could read a lot of versions of history that treat the Lee Harvey Oswald lone assassin story as if it's plausible. You could read a lot of versions of that where you go, oh yeah, I guess so. But then you'll read, you know, David Lifton's book, Best Evidence, and you'll be like, there's no fucking way. They killed him. They killed him.
They killed him.
They fucking
Let's
killed him.
just get that out of the way. They killed him.
They didn't just kill him, Joey. For sure, someone in the CIA had something to do with it because of Jolly West's involvement. Jolly West was the guy that was the head of MK Ultra. He was the guy that dosed up Manson, and they ran the Haight-Ashbury free clinic. The CIA ran a free clinic in San Francisco for fucking decades. And then they ran Operation Midnight Climax, where they would dose up Johns with acid. These guys would go into brothels. They dose them. They think that they'd go to have sex, and the woman would give them a drink, and they're drinking acid, and they just get dosed up, and then they'd study these guys. They did some wild, freaky shit. And one of the things that he did when Jack Ruby shot Lee Harvey Oswald, he went to visit Jack Ruby in prison. And from that moment on, Jack Ruby lost his fucking mind. He was hiding underneath the bed, saying the Jews are being incinerated, they're coming to kill us all. He was tripping balls. I think they just dosed that guy into a fucking coma, and then after they dosed him into a coma, they gave him cancer. And he was dead like within a year.
Wow.
And it's all connected.
It's all connected.
And the idea that no one was involved in that assassination other than Lee Harvey Oswald, that doesn't make any sense. Even if Lee Harvey Oswald was the only one who pulled the trigger, even if that, Lee Harvey Oswald was traveling back and forth to Russia. He lived in Russia. He's married to a Russian woman. Like, the fact that this is in the middle of the Cold War, they're not investigating this guy. They're not. Get the fuck out of here.
I think he was a patsy, bro. I think they set him up from A to Z.
Yep.
Somebody was giving him money, letting him know. It's interesting because listen, you don't want to base yourself on stupid things, but remember that speech that dude gave, Kevin Costner?
Which one?
In JFK.
Yes.
What was the guy's name? He's the guy.
Donald Sutherland.
Donald
Guy
Sutherland.
from Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
The guy, that motherfucker, got offered a deal for Animal House. He would have been like $11 million. He took the $10,000 one payment.
Really?
Yeah, I read that somewhere. I still love Donald Sutherland.
Donald Sutherland was a bad motherfucker.
But that speech he gave...
Kiefer Sutherland's dad.
Kiefer Sutherland's, how they already had information on. He goes, that guy got shot, and within 10 minutes, they already had a whole background on this guy. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know? And then he showed him the newspapers. How could the paper come out in Brussels? But I don't remember the whole thing. But all that made a lot of fucking sense.
Yeah, newspapers were already reporting stories on him.
On him, yeah.
On him, who he was, what his background was. Yeah, I think he was a patsy.